We're back! Hello everyone and welcome to ESC Fan TV Does Montesong. So we've had the first song of Eurovision 2025 even though it's Montesong 2024.
How does that work?
Who would have thought that? Anyway, let's say hello to our panel. Let's go to Donna. Hello, Donna.
Hello. Good to be back again, but still can't believe we're in November. It's far too early.
I know, it's not even anywhere near Fickmas and we've already begun.
Does that mean we've got to come up with a whole new thing? Instead of Fickmas, we've got to go on Montimus or something.
I don't know, that sounds a bit weird.
No.
Mick, how are you?
Oh, very good, thank you. And well done to Montenegro for giving us a wonderful early Christmas present.
It's that early, Mick. It's November. It doesn't count. It's November. Hello to Paul and Andrew.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Great to be back. It's a new year. We're ready to go.
And it's lovely to see the new credits.
Yeah.
I know Sean's done it. Oh, no, I did them. That was it. I just remembered. That was me.
Well done, Michelle. Well done.
Well done.
And let's say hello to, I'm going to go with the queen of ESC Fan TV. It's Oban.
Good evening. So good to be back. Happy early Christmas. I'm so happy to be back. I might have the worst connection again this year, but let's see. I'll do my best.
As long as we can see your beautiful face, Oban, I'm sure we'll be fine. And last but not least, it's Aline. Hello, Aline.
Hello, I'm happy to be back. It feels like ages that we did a video.
It does seem like ages, but it was only in the summer. And Aline is mentioning the A to Z of Eurovision, which we did over the summer, which you can find on our YouTube channel. We still haven't got to Z yet, but you've got plenty to catch up on. So don't worry about it. So let's start we're going to call it Eurovision season because it's not a new year because it's November still. So the new Eurovision season, and it was Montesong 2024. It took 40 minutes before the first song came on, and we were all slightly losing the will to live, thinking this is never going to happen, and it's going to be 1 o'clock in the morning before we get to bed. But it all turned out all right in the end. They whipped through them as soon as they started. We had a brief history of Montenegro in Eurovision. We had the history of radio and TV celebrating 80 years. Well, this is what we think was happening because obviously we don't know. Daniel came on and sang Julie. Go on, mate. And he hadn't aged a day, had he? It was as if we'd gone back in time. It was brilliant. So anyway, shall we get on and have a look at the first 4 songs?
Potražíme u vjetru
Are you ready? Strap in. I'm going to go through who that was. It was Anastasia Koprolchek with Kraj, which means end. It was written by Bojan Marovic, who was in Eurovision in 2005 and finished 9th. Second, we had Tina Dzankic with Nova, which means new. Then we had Nemanja Petrovic with Med Uzvij Ez Dama, Among the Stars. Then we had Bend 9, Stop War, because theirs was in English, so I've translated it. It's Zostav Iti Rat. There you go. So let's go to Donna first. Donna, what do you think of those 4?
Well, that was quite a selection, wasn't it? I don't know if I'd have actually put money on it. I don't think I'd have ever guessed any of those songs would be in this selection. I actually quite liked the variety we got there. Bit of rock coming in from Montenegro, always good to see. And the lady who had the lovely sort of sparkly outfit reminded me a bit of Big Mama, actually, on Sanremo last year. She got a lovely funky soul voice and, you know, given the right circumstances, could do a Gustav. You never know. Yeah, that was my favourite, I think, out of those 4.
Nick, what did you think of the dancing?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, to start off the show with armography already, you know, come on, Eurovision without armography, it's just not happening, is it? So yeah, absolutely brilliant and quite a good, powerful opening, I thought. Very, very good. And as Donna said, a nice little selection there, quite a variety. And I think Montenegro really did do a good job in getting a variety, not all the same kind of things happening. Yeah, I love the synchronized dancing on the second song, you know, a la Israel, you know, all the dancers being very synchronized there. And yeah, the male Balkan ballad in a leatherette suit. Who'd have known, eh? And then yeah, just I had speech marks around the 9, so it looked like Bend 9 inch, but I wasn't sure about that, so I'm glad it was Bend 9. And yeah, a good rock band, but like all rock bands, they're all in dark clothing, and so you can't see them. But you know, a good song, good start to the show. It was.
You're muted.
Yeah, I think our hosts have muted themselves. My gosh, what's going on?
Oh, go on. We'll cut that out. It's fine. Phil, you like it. You like a bit of traditional dancing and outfits. What do you think?
Well, I thought Anastasia, the whole arm thing, it reminded me of if you've ever seen Napoleon Dynamite. There's a scene where they're on stage and they're doing this weird hand dance to this, and it reminded me of that bit.
It was a bit niche.
It was a bit odd, but it was well sung. It was a solid opening. Tina Dzankic, I don't know. I quite like that, but it was a bit sort of easy listening. I don't think it was sort of stand out enough. Nemanja Petrovic, the bloke in the shiny jacket with the sailor and woman dancing. There was a lot of odd things going on there, but it was good to see Blas Canto's Giant Moon from 2021 reappear again.
They've had the money's worth out.
I know. It's a shame the BBC.
He obviously got his a cheap deal.
Yeah, it's a shame the BBC couldn't flog them 2 giant trumpets.
Or Leslie Roy's treadmills.
I like Stop War. I like a bit of rock. It possibly wasn't the best rock song of the night, but it's a good one. Yeah, it was fast-paced, grinding guitars, fast drums. There was a real variety in the first 4 songs. I really liked it.
There was a real variety in the first 4 songs, but Ben 9, the instrumentally bit was one from Metallica, and you couldn't get away from it. It just was. That's all I could hear. On that note, let's go to Paul and Andrew.
Well, we're not Metallica fans, so we don't really know anything. Anyway, so we start with number 4. Yeah, I just thought it was. I'm not a big fan of hard rock, but it was okay as it goes, and it's obviously the thought was there, the intention, Stop War was there. I just wondered whether it might have got into a bit of trouble if it. Oh, spoiler! If it had have won, for being political. I don't know. I thought I heard the word Moscow mentioned in it, but anyway, you can.
I just thought it was a surprisingly aggressive manner of singing "Stop War," but that was my own opinion.
And the other ones, yeah, the Anastasia, great, bold, big voice ballad to start with. Thought her voice cracked a little bit in the middle. And the sign language, I just thought she was doing sign language all the way through for BSL or whatever it is in Montenegro, MSL. Tina Danskic, the upbeat diva, disco diva. Well, it was rather nice. Reminded me a bit of the Mummers from Sweden. Their sort of entry. We always like a bit of disco. The other one, The Man with the Moon.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I thought the first song, I actually liked that, and I thought that was probably the third best song of the night. It had an ethereal quality to it, and it just felt quite magical. I thought song 2, I'm sorry, I can't say all the names, so I just saw song 1, song 2. Song 2, I just kept getting distracted by that. I thought she was Pink lookalike.
She did look like Pink. I thought that, yeah.
And song 3, I thought his voice was absolutely amazing. I thought the song was not quite as strong as the actual his voice. So I'd love to see him come back again with a different song. But I thought the staging of that was quite nice, and it was nice to see a happy ending where the husband comes back from the war.
And the multiple use moon.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Oban, we know you like a bit of hand dancing. What did you think those for?
Appalling. If that's her mating dance, she's not spreading those genes far. So let me summarize this first group, right? Song number 1, 0 points, 15 place. My comment: boring ballad, taking forever to build up. Skip that one. Song number 3, 1 point, 13 place. Boring ballad, taking forever to build up. Song number 4, 0 point, 16th place. Absolute chaos. Only song that had potential in this group was song number 2, but then the arrangement was too weak. Like, the stage presence was up here, the vocals were up here, the costumes were up here, and then on the background, ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, come on, put some strings in there. You fucking lift the spirits up. You're a disco song. Ding, 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 ding. I'm like, this is absolutely worst group. And maybe they were just like fillers in the show. That's what I think.
Brilliant. Thanks, Oban. Do you remember when we said, let's all try and be nice about everyone? I'm glad you were listening. Aline!
Yes.
Useful.
Yeah, so the first one felt for me like they tried it all. They had the moon, they had the stars. It was very dramatic. The second one was a party song. I had very Gustav vibes, but for me the party was the outfit. Like, that was the whole vibe, and I think that was the best of the whole song. See, Oban, that's how you say it. Then the Stop War for me was the best one of the group. And then the other one, I can't pronounce it. It was a very dramatic ballad for me. And with traditional clothing, but I didn't understand what was going on. But I think the Stop War was the best of the group.
Thank you very much, Aline. So, shall we take a look at the second group?
tvoj sam ponos, tvoje sve. Slušaj me.
So there we go. That was Anastasia Koprolecek with Kraj, which means end. Oh, no, it's not. That's me not.
No, it's not.
So that was Tamara Zivkovic with Poguban Iet, Fatal Flight. Nice name for a song. Luka Radovic with Kada Dodemaj, When May Comes. Durda to Ludubu Bavje. Yeah, that's love. And Kedged Obalia Raja, Shore of Paradise. This isn't easy. Let's go to Paul and Andrew. What did you think of those four?
All right. Oh, hang on. Are we on mute?
No.
Right, for me, song 5, the first one, I just kept wondering the whole way through, where's the bottom half of her dress gone? It just looked like who dressed her? And I think it just passed me by.
What about the song?
Let's say it passed me by. The second song, I actually thought that was a really good staging. It looked simple but quite effective. But I thought the song was actually better than the singer. I think if it had been a different singer, that he could have actually belted that out much more and would have done quite well. Song 7, that was my personal favourite. Absolutely loved the Balkan Ballad. It was also nice to see the hamster wheel back again, although I thought it was smaller than I remembered. And then finally, song 8. To me, I just didn't like that one at all. And I think it looked actually cheap. It was the only one of the whole competition where the staging actually looked cheap, and it just looked. It just passed me by.
Well,
sorry.
I completely disagree. Number 8, I loved, because I love a good bop, a good dance number, sort of a We Are Dommy type, sort of get everyone up, bit of drum and bass, bit of techno, let's get everybody moving. Love it, love it, love it. Don't really care about staging on that one. Number 5, Tamara. Now this one I actually loved when I heard it, the studio version. Really loved it. I thought, oh, this is amazing. It kind of got let down a bit by the live performance. Although the little clip you showed just then, I was like, do I like it? Do I not? So overall, quite good. But disappointing because I did love it. The Balkan Ballad, the next one, yeah. I've just thought it was a bit old-fashioned. Could have been like from 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And what was happening with the gimp mask man sort of dancing around him? What was he doing? What's the point of that? And the other song, yeah, the nice sweet waltz. They're nice and sweet. Can't really say much more.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Eileen. What did you think, Eileen?
Yeah, okay, so I muted myself. The Durda, I don't know how to pronounce it. It felt very romantic, a sweet song, but she lost me during somewhere in the song. Then I can't pronounce the words. The one of Luka, it felt like a cheap version of Sergei Lazarev. I don't know if I'm the only one, but maybe with the wings. I had like, this is Sergei Lazarev, like Peter van Veer would say from the Aldi. I don't know if you know the store Aldi. It felt like a cheap version of that. And then the Tamara, yeah, that one, it felt a bit like a cheaper version from Clara Hammerström from Melody Festival. I don't know if I'm making too much of comparisons, but anyway, it was an interesting outfit and there were a lot of fun props, but yeah, that was it.
Thank you very much, Eileen. Now, Donna, I know that you're a fan of a gold bustier in flappy sleeves.
Oh, yes.
What did you think of that? What did you think?
That was my outfit of the night. Oh my gosh, what an outfit. Although she could have turned up in a bottom half, I've got to say. Like, Like the guys have already said, it was really confusing at first because the lighting is a kind of like flame orange. It's very warm feeling on stage, and then when she opens up this lovely white cape that she's got on rings, it looks like she's got a big version of the shower curtain and stuck it around her. You've got this wonderful sort of She-Ra type gold, well, is it silver kind of breastplate going on, kind of bodysuit, and then Madonna's Vogue bra stuck on her shoulders. And I don't think it really actually worked with the song. The guys already said, I actually preferred this one out in the studio versions before it was sung live. And although I actually quite liked the way it was staged, the costume just put me off, even though I love it, not for this song. Her vocal, though, I thought was really good, and the chorus worked well. I quite liked the sort of synth pop vibe in the middle of the ballad as well. But yeah, ultimately, something wasn't gelling there, and I think that something was that outfit.
It was definitely an outfit. Ruben, put your knitting down and join in with the other boys and girls. What did you think?
So this wasn't much better. I just want to say it was a very ballad-heavy national final. We don't really get those. I don't know. It was just, I don't know. It felt like, again, like song number 5, ballad, boring, taking forever to build up. Song number 7, boring ballad, taking forever. And then, yeah, Kate, song number 8, slightly exciting, some modern sounding. But Serbia already tried this. Like, was it Too Deep or something like that in 2017 in Kyiv? It was exactly the same sound. Didn't qualify. It didn't even work for Serbia, who has already like favorite child of Balkans, you know. So yeah, it wasn't going to. But I think when I look at the scoreboard, it was a good, like, one of them finished 4th, one of them finished 5th, the other one finished 9th. So it's a good mid-range scoreboard for a national final group of selection of songs. So I thought this was where it picked up for me. The national selection, it felt like, okay, we're getting somewhere. So yeah, I think it's a good selection of 4 songs. Nothing special, but yeah, definitely mid-range.
Thank you very much, Oban. Now, Mick, we know you're a fan of a Gimp ballet dancer. You're often telling us about where you go to watch Gimp ballet dancing. Did it do it for you?
Yes. Well, I mean, when you've got a Gimp ballet outfit, I mean, yeah, you tend to do focus on the outfits rather than the songs. And I mean, there were a good set of songs, but in this bit, I was more attracted by all the outfits. So, like, yes, song number 5, you know, as everybody have said, I put Metropolis Leotard in her. So that's the one I got there. And song number 6 was the one I was most looking forward to, because in the studio version, that was the one that really stood out for me. But on the night, it just sounded a little bit, volume-wise, just low. It didn't seem to have that oomph about him. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed by that. But it was still, I thought, quite a good song. But you know, song number 8, you know, by Kate and Obala Ria, I think, you know, why take 3 out, you know, 3, you know, one outfit to the show? Why not have 3? You know, I think it was the 3 in 1. And right at the beginning, I thought she was going to be eaten by the thing, you know, all the dancers right at the beginning. There's a film reference for everybody. I thought, oh my God, she's been eaten by the thing, you know, and then they all separated, and it was like, yeah, a bit strange, but I thought it was a powerful vocal, really. And then, yeah, song number 7, I put lovely vocal, sweet, like the meringue dress she's wearing, a bridesmaid from the 1980s, Uno Delight.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot for that, Mick.
Yeah.
Phil,
Yeah.
I know that you've got an outfit so that you look like a Gimp ballet dancer, but what did you think?
Well, I mean, to start on the black Gimp bloke, if you're going to have like a dark background on your stage, it's probably not a good idea to be dressed all in black and have a man in a black gimp outfit be out dancing around you, because you couldn't really see them that well.
I think that's the reason for the clubs, Phil.
Oh, okay, fair enough. At least it was a bit different, because I thought Tamara in a 70s sci-fi outfit, I thought that was a bit sort of nothing special, all right ballad. It was fine, she sang it well. I did think, I was reminded of The Little Mermaid. You know, if you go to Copenhagen and you see that the statue is sort of fairly dull, but the boobs are really extra shiny. And I thought, yeah, that was true there as well. And the last two songs, why did they both sat down on the floor? I mean, get up off your feet. Durda was, I think you said it was like Kiss from a Rose, didn't you? The tune of it. And it did, to me, sound a little bit dated, but it sounded nice. It was pleasant enough.
It was sort of dreamy and childlike.
Yeah, it grew on me a bit, to be honest. And Kate, I quite liked that. There's a bit in English. I thought the chorus was better than the verse, but it was okay, yeah.
I wondered why they had the weird frantic dancing and camera work. It was just too frantic, the camera work and the dancing and everything. It was just a bit too much. So that's that four. Should we have a look at the next four, Phil? And that was Nina Zizic with Dobrodosli, which is welcome. Neona with Clickbait. Mamak Zaklik. Isaac Sabanovic with Lieto, Summer, and Glumici Bend with San, which is Dream, I think. Probably, maybe, who knows? I've no idea. Let's go to Oban. Oban, what did you think of those?
Now this group had my two favorites of the night. I'm not saying that I don't have soft spot for a Balkan man with a little bit of belly and a little bit of mustache. Was the one. Like, he was the one. Let's face it. He could have taken home. Eurovision would be coming home at the end of May if he would be joining us in Eurovision. And then the Dream song number 12, the whatever that is, Sun. I found it interesting. I found it captivating. It grabbed my attention for whole 3 minutes, and I think it's a good thing. So yeah, these two songs were definitely stood out for me. I have no idea why Dobrodošli, song number 9, was number 1 until the end and on the odds. I don't know. On a night of 16 songs, which 10 of them are ballad, I highly doubt a ballad would win that night, right? So even like statistical point of view, it wouldn't make sense. And then, so that's where I stand tonight. So Isaac, you know where to find me. This is my Instagram, you know.
Brilliant. Thanks for that, Oban. Even though you are delusional, there was not 10 ballads. I don't know what you were listening to. I don't know what constitutes a ballad to you, but I think it might be slightly mental. Paul and Andrew, what do you think of those four?
You're on mute.
There we go.
You're mute.
Yep, I thought song 9 was a powerful ballad. It was full of passion. It didn't quite work for me. There was something just not quite. It was like it was missing. It almost like it needed strings or something in it in the music, but it was a classy performance. I didn't rate song 11, the Leto, on the recording, but he actually sold that song really well. I got Gustav vibes, that where he was actually selling the song much better than the actual song itself, and I think he had instant likability, and the fact that he was actually smiling and seemed to be enjoying himself while he was there, he actually loved being there. Song 12, for me, this was my second favorite. I just loved the harmonies, how they all work together. Apparently they all work in theatre, they're all actors, and so they actually perform the song as well, so I think that worked really well.
Yeah, number 12, it was really theatrical. They were singing to each other as well as to the sort of the camera. You can tell that they're quite trained theatre people. Just really made the song. It just really worked for me, and the staging was brilliant. Yeah, number 9, again, I just agree with Andrew. It was a nice big diva number. Number 10, certainly the most memorable song of the night. We will say no more about that just yet. Lieto, I love that one. Really upbeat number. Could have injected a bit more summer into it, though, couldn't they? They could have like put. It was all sort of very dark background. You know, it was a song about summer and positivity, and he was like really smiley. But the song, the performance wasn't that good, really, or the backing. So yeah, there we are.
Brilliant. Nick, now I know you're a bit of a gardener. So, you don't know how I'm going with this, do you? So why do you think Glumchi Bend were behind the weed membrane in the staging? Because that's what it is. It's also fleece. You can cover your precious plants up in winter with it to stop the cold getting to them, but use it as a bit of a weed membrane. Where do you think they got the idea for the staging from?
Well, I didn't know until Andrew and Paul told me that they were actually theatre people, because I wrote down here, student music theatre alert, outfits and choreography. And I think that's where they got the idea from. You know, I think their tutor thought it might be a good idea, a bit of mystery behind the gauze, and then reveal yourselves all in one big oomph. And no, it didn't. Not for me. I'm afraid. But yeah, I mean, all the others. I mean, Nina Zizic. I mean, simple outfit, and the eye gauze. I mean, she loves her eyewear, doesn't she? From like when she was it Igranka? She with the kind of robot thing she had on last time. Yeah, she likes that. I think what was missing, like what Paul and Andrew were saying, was that she obviously felt the song, the passion was there. But to me, it felt like she was doing it too much. There was too much emoting. She was trying too hard, I think, to get through. But like Oban, Isaac, I think for me, this is the performance of the night, because what Eurovision needs on the stage is crochet animals' heads, and in the backing dancers. I mean, that was screaming out for everybody. This is on the Eurovision stage, crochet animal heads, and as everybody said, he just looked as though he was having the time of his life. And I thought, yeah, very, 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 very bouncy. And then, we've got Zombie Walking Dead for Neo Noen. I mean, good grief, and yet again, this is what Eurovision want. We had the witch, with Bambi Thug last this year, and come on, Zombie Walking Dead makeup, and another good rock song. I thought, although the chorus, after a while, that one song, that one word was getting a little bit tiresome. But hey, it's memorable. They're pummeling it into your head, even if you don't want to hear it.
Thanks for that, Mick. Phil, do you think Nina lost it because she was too intense?
Well, Maybe. I mean, it was a polished performance. She started off with the veil thing across her eyes that came off, and it was really well sung. It was polished performance, but it was just, for me, a bit of a standard Eurovision song. You know, there was nothing different or new about it, I suppose. That was my problem with it. But I mean, it was good and well sung. Neon and Nine, I'm probably going to talk about them later when we discuss that later. Isaac, Yeto, Yeto, Yeto. I liked that. I thought his vocals were not great. But I mean, it was a song about the summer, and I just thought the actual backing track sounded just a bit too gloomy for what the subject of the song was. It should have been a bit more uplifting and happy.
I thought he was trying too hard to be individual.
Yeah, maybe. And San, the number 12, I mean, everyone said it did look like when you see some sort of variety show, they say, oh, and now from the musical, here's the troupe from blah, blah, and whatever, and they do a song. And it just looked like an excerpt from a musical.
Were they supposed to be in the womb? Is that what it was? Were they in a womb?
I don't know.
Answers on a postcard, please, to Mick Ward, Doncaster.
And can I just say, in the chat, we seem to just be discussing knitting now. So
no, you can't have a jumper because he uses a machine. He doesn't knit properly. So there. And on that note, Aline, what did you think?
Yeah, I was thinking that Open is stealing the show in here, but anyway. So the gloomy band felt for me a little dramatic, but very nice executed. Then we have the Yeto, my pronunciation is so wrong. But anyway, I think that for me was like the best one to look at, and I enjoyed it the most. So spoiler alert, but I was very sad that it didn't win, because I think it would like catch really well with the Eurovision fans. Then we have the Neon Noon. It was very different, and for me it felt a bit messy, if I can say that. And did I miss something? Nina, very professional and very Eurovision for Montesong. And I loved that she was wearing white. So she was trying to go to Eurovision because a lot of winners, as you know, wear white or black.
Thank you very much, Aline. Donna, we've seen some mental things at Eurovision over the years. Oh, and is this our 6th year?
6th year, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you paid attention to the titles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was, because I wrote them.
The brilliant titles
that
Sean did. I'll stand up for you, Sean.
So we've seen a lot of weird things over the years. Have we ever seen people on motorbikes for no reason whatsoever with the actual helmets on, but with crocheted weird alien things on top of them?
Not yet, but I'm very glad that I did see them, quite honestly. Yeah, I think as this competition went on, things slightly got weirder and weirder, didn't it? It's very bizarre. I don't know how it fitted in with Isaac's song, but it made it more interesting to look at. They reminded me a lot, for all those gamers out there, of the Among Us kind of characters with the kind of big screen faces and the little bodies. It reminded me a bit of them. It's definitely a niche audience I'm targeting with that one. But yeah, who wouldn't want a couple of motorbikes on there and random dancers with helmets on flinging their crochet heads around? It's very bizarre. Isaac, though, had a fabulous voice. He was definitely my favourite of the whole competition, like a lot of these guys say. It's a very catchy song. The repetition in the chorus, you can imagine everyone getting in with the chorus, going like that, Had a bit of the Soldy vibes. It was a lot of fun, and he was definitely having a lot of fun. And I think we needed that at that point as well in the contest. He was placed well, I think. and after Nina as well, perfect contrast, because she was giving it the full Jamala, as serious as you like, and full on spooky vibes with the sort of ghostly images and in the background as well on the staging. Not enough people have mentioned the staging yet, so I hope we cover that a bit more. But yeah, she was a lot of good fun. Not really for me though. I just like the way those two contrasted. And then the last one, what was the last one again? Number 12.
It was Glumchi Bend for Sand
yeah.
Dream. It was the womb.
Yes, with the white curtain.
The big net curtain.
That reminded me at times when they were coming up to it of I Hear Them Calling Me as well. That kind of handography going on, but we've got more handography behind the curtain. Yeah, I didn't really get the story. I liked the way it was staged, but I didn't get the story. I still like the song. I like the studio version, but I don't really know what it was about, so it didn't connect in that way. Yeah, so Isaac. He's on my playlist. When I do my best from the rest, he's definitely on my playlist.
Well, if you put that on Spotify, we'll advertise it for you.
Oh, thank you. I don't know if anyone will listen to it, but
go and listen to it. Should we take a minute now and discuss the whole sort of show and the presenters? Mick, what did you think of the presenters?
Well, right at the beginning, I thought when Vladana came out with the dead seagull on a dress, I thought, oh yeah, here we go. This is it. Come on, Montenegro. Hallelujah. Brilliant. But it was kind of then, I don't know what it is with European shows and the European male presenters where, they've got to show how funny they are in whatever language. And you just know that whatever he was saying wasn't funny, and Vladana kept putting her hand on his arm as like calm down, just leave it,
It's like when you get a toddler in Tesco's and you try not to shout at them, you just giving them messages to stop it.
It'd go off and spin round and you think, what's he on about? Somebody give him a herbal tea, but in the green room, Oban was sort of saying about, Isaac. I thought the green room man interviewing, and I'll have to put my glasses on and see if I can find his name. I can't find his name.
We just called him Tasty Green Room Guy.
Tasty Green Room Man. Yeah, with the beard, and it was like, and the poor female presenter in the green room. I'm afraid I didn't even see her. I'm afraid. But they did a good interviews of everybody, getting everybody on, and I think overall the show was very good. But there's always one presenter where you just want to go, shut up. And it was him, the male presenter, But Vladana, I thought, did well. And, she was shuffling on a couple of times with the big dresses, So obviously they've blown the budget on her two dresses. So, I thought she did. I thought she did well. She did well. I think almost it reminded me of Giulia Cinquetti and Italy 1991. She was there trying to keep her old what's his face down a bit. So but there you go.
Yeah,
I just thought it was obvious that in Montenegro it's hard to find a jacket that fits a taller gentleman.
It wouldn't have been so bad if he didn't have his hand in his pocket.
I mean,
so it was all gapey.
He wasn't like a large chap. He was just tall, but his jackets just didn't seem to quite fit him, unfortunately.
He did look like he didn't want to be there. It's like, my dad's made me do this. He's dropped me off in my best suit. I've got to do my work experience. Or maybe it's like he did something bad and the court have told him that this is like community service.
He may have had a growth spurt from the fittings.
Oban, what did you think about the whole show, the way it was all put together compared to all the other shows? I think Oban's frozen. Aline, what did you think to to the show?
Yeah. So if I'm completely honest, it felt a bit messy. Like at the start of the show, the presenter came running on the stage, and you just heard everything in the microphone, and it annoyed me so bad. And I was like, "Are you late? Is this trying to be? What are you doing?" So I was so confused. But yeah, I think if they do it more years, maybe they can get better if they look at other pre-selections. But yeah, it felt a bit messy for me.
Yeah. Paul and Andrew, we waited 40 minutes for the first song to come on. We'd all sort of given up the will to live by that point. We thought this is going to be a disaster, but
yeah, it was almost like watching what was sort of the semi-finals of
San Remo.
We
Yeah.
thought we were going for the record.
But well, it got going, and yeah, I agree. The male presenters could have been better.
He looked like he was the son of the station owner, which popped him in to just say, "Right, there you go. There's a job for you."
Yeah, it's a bit like Azerbaijan or something, like, you know, it's like nepotism. So I don't know.
I mean, the one thing I will say is it was wonderful to see so many different genres of song. They actually did sort of like put quite a selection on, so it wasn't like we're just going to have ballads or we're just going to have up-tempo numbers. I think the other thing that really struck me was they had this huge big stage, and the presenters didn't seem to do anything with it.
Yeah, well, not just that. There was no audience. There was no atmosphere whatsoever. I was just thinking they put like canned applause in at the end of every song, and it was really bad. You know, a bit of, and I it was in stark contrast to the green room later when the guy, the beardy guy that everybody likes, was interviewing a couple of the later songs, the groups, and they were all having a blast. They were having a great time. They probably had a few too many drinks by then, but you know, it really, really made it a good atmosphere just in the green room. They could have had like just a small audience, even, you know, just families of them.
Because you think about when we
would have made
did
such a difference.
You know, Britain Decides for when we had they had a live audience. It actually pumped everybody up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right then. Shall we have a look at the last four then? So here we go with the last four. That was Dulce Hera with Repeat, which is Ponoviti, Bariak, Dva Srci, Two Hearts, Verica Kuljkovic, Kuj Esli, Do You Hear, and Milenia Vucic with Scorpija, which is Scorpio. I'm gonna have a bash. I'm gonna go first.
Go on.
I've got a bit to say about this, Paul. Let's start with Dulce, shall we? I'm just going to read what I wrote. Mental staging. Dolce's wearing a paper bag with masked monks dancing around her, only to reveal a sequin jumpsuit and breakdancing monks. Oh, and then she plays the drums, and then the monks put paper bags on their heads. So I think that was basically the synopsis of everything that happened there. Didn't write anything about the song. Can't remember it. Just remember that there were mad monks, a woman with a paper bag. They had paper bags. There was a drum kit and a sequin jumpsuit in the end. Bariak. Very dark staging. Metal songs were always dark staging. Loved the song. I put bloody brilliant. But it was called Two Hearts. I think it was a love song. I don't know what goes on in Montenegro between two like lovers. Oh, do you want to come out for dinner? Oh, yes, I do. And this is the love song that they write after it. I don't know what goes on to constitute this as a love song.
Maybe it was a duo autopsy.
Oh, dear, I don't know what was going on. Verica, big pink dress with big weird bit that went behind her head. Then the dress drops off, and she's just got a bodice and twinkly trousers on. It was nothing spectacular. You're thinking, oh, it's going to. When it's no, there was. It was just a bit of a letdown. I put, just fell off. Bit of a letdown. Then she did a Ryback, oh, what shall I do now? We've had a drum kit. What can I do? Going to Ryback it up, going to get the fiddle out. There we go. No, doing a Ryback is never the right answer to anything. Millennia, I've just put, blimey, there's been some staging tonight. No idea what's going on. It's all gone a bit Bambi Thugs, Borg Queen and Xenia Warrior Princess, like Donna said last night. And that sums up that 4. Phil, do you need to say anything or shall we carry on?
Well, I'm going to say Dolce Hera, that was kind of a bit all over the place, wasn't it, bless her? I mean, the actual tune was a bit repetitive. And you mentioned that you think it sounded a bit like Bananarama.
It was definitely Bananarama,
but
yeah.
Not good Bananarama either. Bariak, I thought it was like if you ordered Rammstein off Temu a bit. It was good that everyone had a go at singing, though. It wasn't just one singer.
Yeah, we'll all have a go.
And Verica, she started off with this weird violin type instrument. It was like on Love, Love, Peace, Peace, when the formula is you have some like weird pretend ethnic instrument. It was like that. I like the fact that the dress had a headboard, although it just sort of seemed to drop off halfway through. And yeah, Milena, bless her, with that headdress. It reminded me a bit of Pasha Parveni, but in the national final, because in the national final, the dancers had deer antlers instead of the big horn things on the head. And it reminded me a bit of that. It was a bit bonkers. I think the song was meh, but the staging sort of made it in a way. But it was a lot of fun. It was a good one to finish with.
Oban, I bet you loved all these 4 ballads.
Listen, that Dolce girl is a nut job. And I love it. And I love it. It's like most probably when we do the awards at the end of the season, I'm gonna be the guilty pleasure of the year. And and if this song doesn't win, people needs to get checked their heads and they don't know what a guilty pleasure means. This is like a encyclopedia definition of guilty pleasure. And I'm like, I love it. She's crazy. Milena, she's crazy and I love it. She was the only one who had the real concept for the song. The staging and the song matched. It didn't all of the rest is if I ever participate in Eurovision, I want to wear a white dress and then just sing random shit that everyone else it didn't match. And then this Milena was the only one that had that concept. So this group had the winner, these two, and then Isaac was the winners, top 3 of the night, definitely by a mile. Yeah. Well, the rest was just nothing special.
Oh, Thank you very much, Owen. Aline, oh, you must have loved all these. Come on, what's not to like?
Yeah, and definitely, I have a guilty pleasure for Alexander Rybak. You think the violin would tick my boxes, but what a letdown. Like, the first thing I saw was a beautiful necklace, and I was like, oh, it's building up. And then I was looking down, and I was like, what the hell is this? Like, you could have put just a basic dress on that body, and it would have looked wonderful, but then you dress like that. Come on, of course you don't win. Then the Boya Yak, I don't know if I pronounced that right. Like, it was fun. It was something different. The Dolce, it was also something different. I don't have much on my notes, to be honest. Then, oh yeah, the Bandy Tuck inspiration. Like, to be honest, I hate it when they do that. Like, they saw something at Eurovision that worked well, and then they were like, oh, I'm gonna try that. Like, it's never gonna work again like that. So make it your own. Do something from yourself, but don't try to copy something that worked well. It's never gonna work well again. So yeah, that's were my notes.
Thank you very much, Aline. It worked all right for Croatia this year when they copied Cardia. That worked out. That worked out not too bad.
Yeah, but it's also something like repeated, but also new.
Yeah, yeah. Paul and Andrew, what do you think to this?
Song 13. For me, I thought the song was forgettable, but the staging was just mad. I just felt, I think back to Dinner Ladies, the sitcom, where one of the characters gets this Gregorian chant by monks singing disco songs, and I just kept thinking, they're monks, but they love disco. They're monks, but they love disco. And then song 16. Sorry about this. This is another one for the kids. I just kept thinking from General Carla from Flash Gordon, dispatch war rocket from Ajax to bring back his body. But she was the outfit of the night.
Yeah, a bald queen. Yeah. I, honestly, it was just bonkers. It's the first time, song 13. I've never seen a member of the. I mean, obviously somebody's going to prove me wrong and say something, but I don't remember seeing anything on Eurovision or national finals where a singer suddenly goes up to the drum kit and starts playing the drums, and quite well too. I don't know whether that's been done before.
Yes, it has, because we've just done the A to Z. And I can't remember what it was, but somebody picked something and the woman, she did everything. It was
Ukraine 2009.
Yes,
be my Valentine.
Yeah, she went up and it was just like, I'm going to play the drums now.
I'm not impressed then with that because it's just a copy, right? Yeah, the song 14. I didn't write any of the song names down because I just gave up by this time. Yeah, just another hard rock band. It was all right, nothing special.
I can't believe it was supposed to be a love song. I thought they were planning a coup, and they were going to take over the television centre because they were all wearing army jackets as well.
Yeah, and the violin solo, that was all right. Didn't like the song though.
Apparently, she is a member of the sort of major orchestra in Montenegro.
Oh, fancy. Fancy. Well, we didn't know that.
That's
there we go.
Why she had the fiddle with her.
Oh, nothing to do with Rybak then. Fucking Rybak. Donna, this must have been right up your Strasser. These four.
Oh, what a great way to finish. Oh, my God. Oh, well, I didn't like Dolce's song. That was one that just didn't work for me melodically. Like, there was that trumpet, which reminded me of anyone who's ever seen late night animation stuff. Trying to think, was it a Jerry Anderson? It could have been. Dick Spanner. I don't know if anyone will ever have seen that.
What? Pardon?
Dick Spanner.
You need more lube, Donna.
look it up. It's
Where
good.
can we get that?
Oh, you might be able to find it on YouTube. You never
Don't
know.
whatever you do, don't Google it, Oban.
You've probably got Dick Spanners on Temu if you look.
Checking. 1 second.
Oh God, I bet
Dick
Sean's got one in his cupboard.
It was genuinely a small plasticine cartoon thing late at
Dick
night for the
Spinner.
adults, but it was great fun, and it opened in this kind of 1930s style jazz trumpet, and it reminded me a lot of that. And then when she started singing with this pop melody over the top, I was like, this doesn't work. There's something that feels a bit out of time with it. So song-wise, it just didn't gel at all. But then you got the bonkers staging over the top with the monks and the bags on their head, and I thought, oh man, no, this is just one hot mess. Absolutely a hot mess. Then after that, with the lovely kind of ballad attempt that went wrong, sadly. It was such a shame. You know, it started off all beautiful, beautifully dark lighting, zoom into the bingo ticking instrument, and then she's got this random petal thing on on her head, and it took me ages to work out what it was. It did look a bit like a headboard, and then I was like, oh, it's meant to be like a flower and stuff. And then, unfortunately, one of the weirdest choreographed changes of the whole night, because generally I thought the camera work for most of the artists worked really well. This didn't, and even the camera looked like it jumped at one point. She got thrust an instrument into her hand, her bits of stuff got whipped off, and it was not clean at all. It was such a shame, because she got a lovely voice, and it was never going to do well after that, unfortunately. Then we got the rock band just before that as well. I thought they were the best sort of rock band out of the whole lot. We got a nice amount of metal in this, and all different sort of styles and sounds in a sense. But yeah, I thought theirs worked the best overall. I needed more lighting though. I thought the lighting design for this didn't work. They were just all in the dark all the time. And I would like to actually see a bit more facial reaction at some points as well. But overall, I like that song. That one's going on my playlist. And last but not least, well, Erica Vickman wants her costumes back. It just reminded me a lot of Erica Vickman, and a bit of Bambi Thug in there. And it had a bit of a cliche pop Eurovision sound, but it would have been the most likely, I'd have thought, to get to Eurovision and do reasonably well if it got through. But yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Donna. Mick, in 10 words or less, what did you think of that for?
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Montenegro, for an absolutely wonderful show. Sixth form music with Dolce. Big rock band. I loved it. Chunky singer. Yeah. I think the headboard is where she kept the violin. And then Scorpion Lady. Come on. We want Scorpion Lady on the Eurovision stage. I know it's more than 10, but, that's it. I mean, Montenegro, I think, did a fantastic job overall. Lovely variety of songs. And it kept how they paced it. You didn't get bored. You didn't get bored at all.
Well done. Thank you very much, Mick. Should we do our favourites before we look at the winner or after? What do you think? Let's do it before. I'll go first. Obviously, it was Bariak with 2 Hearts. Best song ever. Donna.
Out of all that, I actually thought Isak. I really enjoyed his song. It was a bit mental, but he was having such a time of his life, and it was catchy.
That's enough, Donna. Mick.
Bariak, I think. Good, hard rock song for me. Loved it. My inner rock demon. And it had a nice chunky singer as well.
That's enough, Mick. Oban, your favourite of the night?
Isak and Dulce.
No, you can have one. You're having Isaac. Paul and Andrew, your favourite of the night?
Mine is. How do you say it again? Lieto, lieto, lieto.
Mine's the
no,
lady
no,
with the hamster wheel.
Oh, nice. Aline, your favourite of the night?
for me, it's Isaac, because it's the whole thing that was most put together.
Okay, right.
And
Phil. So I forgot about Phil.
I'm going to bat for clickbait, and I'll tell you why when we've seen the winning moments.
Let's have a look for the winner. Then, Phil, let's roll VT.
Grupa Neon Noen dobila je 443 glasa. I to je
10 poena.
Sedam poena.
I konačno imamo tabelu, sada ćemo da vidimo kako izgleda tabela.
Neon
Noel je pobjednik! Bravo! Daj njima.
Ljudi! Česte momci, srećno!
Bravo.
That in a minute. What do you think? Go on, somebody have a chat about this.
Go on, I'll talk because I
hope-
like this one. Right. The reason I like this one is when you look at the translation of the lyrics, it's all about basically doom scrolling and how modern media is designed to make you angry, to get you to click on things and work people up into a frenzy. And I think what they need to do with this song is do an English translation. Not because personally I speak English, but I think more people within Europe watching will speak English and understand it if it's in English. And I think the thing that makes a song is what the song's about, the lyrics. So that's why I like it. I think it was staged okay. The staging might need a bit of work, but I think this could do okay.
Does anybody else think that this was the right winner?
Not sure if it was the right winner, but it's certainly very relevant, I think. In that case, after hearing what you've just said, Phil, then yeah, it could do well.
Yeah, it sort of changes your opinion. Do you think maybe when they get towards Eurovision, they might do just one verse in English so that you get the gist of what they're going on about? Do you think
Yeah,
that?
hopefully.
I mean, musically, I thought the song was actually really good, and I think it was what annoyed me with this was just the clickbait. It's almost like that they did that for people so they could, like do the with Karacha and Baby Lasagna, have people singing
it's
that
a crowd
to them.
pleaser.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if they tone that clickbait down a bit, then it might work a bit better.
But I think that's part of the thing is you're bombarded by this stuff all the time. And maybe that's what they were trying to say. I don't know. But
the actual music from the actual song, when you actually listen to the music, that was actually quite clever what they were doing. It was quite intricate.
I'm not quite sure why he had half of his face covered up, but maybe that'll come out somewhere.
Maybe he clicked on something. Maybe press that red button you're not supposed to press. I have no idea. They've got plenty of time to alter it and work all that out.
It could be good. It needs a bit of work.
Yeah. Aline, fan, not a fan?
I think it will be a grower. I'm very curious on the evolution the song is going to take to Eurovision. And I'm just very happy that we have the first Eurovision song of the season. Like, how crazy is that?
I know. Oban, are you going to knit them a hat?
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this far. They are currently in my top one in my 2025 journey. So I'll give them that.
They're not even in my top 10.
Apart from that, I have no idea. Like, it doesn't please me musically. I know it's known fact that I'm not a huge rock person, but I was huge on Jezebel. I was huge on, like when there's a melody to it, when there's a, little bit of singing to it. I
Yeah.
can vibe to it, but I mean, this is just like, and it's not pleasant. It's not even like this pleasant roaring singing. It's just, I don't know. This is
Yeah.
like a message taking over the song.
I'd like to point out that Bariak did with Two Hearts did actually win the public vote, and that it was Emily de Forest that picked this as her 12 that made clickbait win. So it's her fault. Emily de Forest has ruined Montenegro's Eurovision.
I thought Milena was like, she did quite well in the jury votes, didn't she? She was like 4th or 5th, and then the public gave her nothing.
That's it, you see. But then I think the point system needs to be, I don't know, it's too like all or nothing.
Too simplified.
Yeah, it's like the public votes for this, but gives the jury winner absolutely nothing. It's not right. Obviously, the jury is swayed by something that the public aren't swayed by.
I think the weighting was 50-50 on this, wasn't it? So
yes, it was.
Yeah. But it has such a stark difference as well.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's an entertainment show. Eurovision's an entertainment show, and it's entertaining when you do get these big shifts when the public vote comes in.
Yeah, you want to tell the bloke who was presenting it that it was an entertainment show.
But it's also like the song by the actors, the Dream song, that got nothing from the jury votes.
Yeah,
6 from the public.
Yeah, it was so excruciating watching the jury voted as well. It was just, how could it take so long to spit out the answers? And then at the end, everyone knew who'd won, and they still did the tense sort of, let's just give it a minute. No, love, we've all seen the numbers.
Yeah,
it's there on the big board.
We see what score you've got and how many points are left.
Yeah.
We know you're 1 point less than the other.
Anyway, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up because
you know what would have happened if they'd both got, say, like 19? To the public.
It's a fight to the death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wonder, do they sort of like?
I think it would have been the jury thing.
Do you think
the jury get the? Oh, right.
The jury
not the public. Not the public.
Maybe the bloke in the ill-fitting suit.
Yeah.
You can't trust the public, though. Remember when we sent Del Sampson?
And Scooch.
Enough said. On that note, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much to our panel. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Mick. Thank you, Oban. Thank you, Paul and Andrew. Thank you, Aline. Don't forget, you can find us on YouTube, X, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Facebook. And next year, we're going to be on that new thing Donna messaged me about today. But I'm not
Blue Sky, is it?
Yeah, but I'm not.
Blue Sky, yes.
Keep an eye on our TikToks. We will be back for Fickmas, obviously. But if anything important happens between now and Fickmas, if somebody releases a song, we'll be straight in there, unless it's next week, because me and Phil are in Lanzarote.
Ooh, lovely.
Priorities.
And don't forget to ding-a-dong our bell, like, comment, tell us what you think. Go and have a look at our A to Z. I spent a lot of time doing that, me and Sean. Go and have a look at it. You'll hate all of our picks, but that's the idea. But I loved all mine.
That's the point.
That's the point. Yeah. We've all had a go. We're all on there somewhere. I think we're all on there.
Yeah, I think so, somewhere.
Yeah. So until next time, which we're not sure when that'll be, we'll see you then. Bye.